Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This is As Above, So Below. This is definitely Mercurial energy. This is my Bible study day. I'm coming on earlier, trying to get as much information as I can out to melanated people, giving you an opportunity to get up on yourself. One of the things I want to do, if this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. These are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. And these are the things that we utilize in order to get ourselves in better positions in our lives and create better lives. What's up, my 69? Up here early with me up here or something. I need to write that down because that's a part of what I'm going to talk about. And so, what's up, Jealous Sweet? Okay, we got our client up here early in the morning. Maybe I'll do a couple videos before before I go to work. And then we got my Chris from Philadelphia, Sagittarius. To each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for being a part of these lives. These are very important, getting this information and making better decisions. And what I'm going to be doing is dropping different things, no matter if you're doing hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo. If you want to operate in Christianity, one of the things that I am going to do as an offering to melanated people is give out information that hopefully you get my classes because things will make a lot more sense. But if you cannot afford, because it's going to take more of us being elevated and illuminated in order to weather these storms that are approaching. First of all, I want to say salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, and to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajays, the Yamis, and to all of you all that practices and desire to practice real magic and real spirituality. I also want to say hello to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so very, very much. She said that soap is the truth. Come on here. Let me tell y'all something. One thing you ain't got to never worry about. As long as I'm breathing in, breathing out, I would never send you crap. If it ain't working for me, I ain't sending it to you. I don't. Like, if it got anything and it can do anything, then my hands is on it. You understand? I do what I do. It does not only strips a lot of the negativity away. Periodically, even with that soap, I wash my head. A lot of in tradition they use coconut and coconut oil, but that black soap, especially if I'm in a lot of warfare and people working my head, I clean my head with that black soap, and it cleans out all of the toxins, the oils, different things in there. So I treat it like a shampoo. I keep my hair right, because they say, I was always taught old school, they get the head, the tail gonna follow. So a lot of things you're gonna be hearing me talk about on today that has a lot to do with how I was raised and why certain things were significant. And I'm going to be saying some things today. I'm a Sagittarius, my moon is in Aries and rise sign Pisces. So do not take an offense. If this is not that real to you and that's not committed, it's okay. So always remember, when you're listening to me, I am somebody that is fully dedicated to my magic, my spirituality, and the things that I do. So if you're not like that, it is what it is. It's not with the intent of trying to make you feel less or more or whatever. It is with the intention of just putting information out there for those whosoever will let them come. And so I want those that do not know, I am Crown Mafedifun Oya. I am also Crown Mafedifun Babluaye, and I am rocking Mafedifun Orula on today. He is the brother of Shango, but he is also the diviner, and divination was originally with Shango, and then Orula became, and he's over the Babas. I am not a Baba. I'm not a ruler priest because I practice magic, spirituality. I am a child of Oya, child of the spirits. But I am honoring Orula on my Bible study date. I want to take this time this morning before I go to work to share some things with you guys, especially my melanated people. It is got my shower cap on. Why do I have my shower cap on? long as I got a condom on, I'm gonna be all right. How about that? Let me explain something, y'all. This is what I was talking about before. It is a custom in the United States and all around the world to try to make mockery of black people. And we on our individual levels have to address this as at an individual level, so that every one of these other races and other people of other genres of belief systems start finding a newfound respect about addressing melanated people. And so therefore they will become less intrusive, and they will find themselves showing more respect. It is something that we have allowed over a period of time because of coonery. This is a lot of times that we have allowed it over just the lack of knowledge, because it's what I'm going to be talking about today. Sir, ma'am, my subject is what's not a luxury for black people, melanated people, and I want to talk about consecrating your ground. And one of the things that I have noticed, and I'm saying this again, is that you can want something all day long. You can want change. You can want a different outcome. You can want a different reality. There are certain things that blacks do not have as a luxury. And what luxury means is that we don't have it in an abundance. When in these United States, we don't have enough representation. We don't have enough people in power that are going to look out for our best interests. And so therefore, when we come across certain individuals in our lifetime that we need to take advantage in the sense of whatever they are offering and the things that they're giving us, because we don't have the luxury of not having those tools, not having those information, and not knowing how to weather certain storms. And there are certain things that I grew up knowing. And so I want to give you guys a little backdrop. I come from a family of means, and what I mean by that, not only monetary means, but property, investment property, running businesses. And when I say business, convenience stores, hotels. I did not come up as the typical black kid. I was not the first grand, but I had a lot of things given to me and a lot of things taught to me, and so therefore I had many ways of learning of how and why to use conjure, how to dress the business, how to make the business prosper. A lot of stuff that I did not have to go to the books and go to videos, because I grew up learning how to protect my finances, what to do with the cash register, what to do with the counter, what to do with the front door, what to put here, what to put there, what to put down to make sure that your business is coming and nobody can kill you. That's this old saying back then. Not allowing people to be able to kill your businesses, how people would come in and they would have the money dressed in order to drive away the success and the prosperity. I knew a lot of that even as a kid. People cannot give me money or put things in my hand and hex me or cross me or jinx me, because I was taught very, very young how to reverse that, how to clean that, what items to use. And so therefore there's a lot of things that a lot of us have grew up and we have not learned. One of the things that I want to talk about today is I was always taught growing up is getting up early. My mom used to just reiterate that over and over. The early bird gets the worm. The early bird gets the worm. So let me give you some backdrops of that concept, because in life, when you wait too late in the day, things change. Getting up, my mom was always a woman that got up before the sun. Like I grew up 5 o'clock, my mom was already up. By 9 o'clock, she got everything done. Like she used to tell me all the time, and my sister, you know what I got done before the sun came up? You're not gonna beat somebody in life that has a mentality, whether it is naturally or spiritually, when they are already up and they are already about their business. They're already done did their prayers, they have already did their cleansing, they have already, like, before the operation of businesses, before they go to work, before they're getting up early has nothing to do with that you're not tired. Getting up early has nothing to do with what you already got to do in the day. Getting up early has to do with the early bird gets the worm. So the concept is that worms come out before the sun through the moisture of the morning. And so therefore the bird has to get up early in order to get the worms that are coming up to the surface. And so if he wants to eat that day, or she has to eat that day, it is easier to get the food that they need by getting up early, because their food gets up early. I'm going to say that again. There are certain opportunities you're not going to get because you're not up early enough when that opportunity is knocking. See, opportunity don't come when it's convenient for you. Opportunities show up. I'm going to say this again. When you don't understand what you're trying to apprehend and what you're trying to get to accomplish or obtain, then you're not going to be up at the time that is flowing. It's like we call it the witching out. Getting up around where the spirits are moving and the spirits are active, whether it's Egun, whether it is Orisha or the Loa, the Gisi, doing graveyard work a certain time, because that's when the spirits are most active, doing workings with spirits when the veil is thinning around this particular time. And so therefore, when you don't have that mentality, you weren't raised with that mentality, there are certain things you're going to miss out on. And there's too many young men and young women that do not have that mentality. And they don't understand that, yes, you may have to be at work at 8 o'clock, but you need to be up to get on top of the unfairness or the racism, or if there's a position on that job that you want. You get up and do your prayers. Are you going after your money? The Psalm 112, 113. Or you might have enemies on that job and you get Psalm 54 and 55. These are the things that need to be already done before you ever pack your lunch, before you ever, whatever you do to function in that day. Getting up early is to get up on yourself and set your day in the direction, or the probability of setting that day in the direction you desire. Getting up early allows you to get the best of what that day has to offer. When the Bible talks about your daily bread, manna, noonday is not the time for you to be starting your conjure, your prayers. Now, doesn't mean that certain things cannot happen around noon, but there was a reason why black people knew to get up early. Women, side pieces. There was not just the mothers. It wasn't just the father. They understood what was happening early in the morning before the sun rise. A lot of them cooked before the sun rose. A lot of them got their houses clean before the sun rose. It is hard to work against or keep somebody down when they're constantly up before the operation of most of the negativity. I'm going to say that again. Let me explain something to you, Al. I grew up in a household where whatever problems or situations that were going on, that stuff was figured out 4 days in the morning. I'm going to say that again. When I came up, whatever was going on in the family, those resolutions were figured out before the sun got up. Who the enemy was, who the opposition was, what was going to be done, who was going to do, all that was done. A strategy was on your ass before the sun got up. Before the sun did like this, there's a thing that my mom said, get that cat doo-doo out your face. That means that you sleep, you still sleep, and you got the teardrops or whatever that have done proceeded out of your eyelids over the night. Get up, wash your face. I was a kid that, even though my bus came to pick me up 2 hours later, my mom had this thing, if I'm up, everything in my house is up. Me and my sister was not allowed to lay down in the bed because she was up, we had to be up. Your bed, everything had to be done before we left, before we went anywhere. I don't see people teaching their children to get up early. It is not just magical. It is also getting up where you have the advantage. You're already alert. You're not sleepy-eyed. You're not sleepy-head. You're already alert. As they say, nothing like waking up with Folgers in your cup. Coffee alerts, stimuli. If you're stimulated early in the morning, I'm not no morning person, so do not take this. No, I'm not no morning person, but I will get up early. If I have to get up early on your ass, I promise you I'm going to make it worth it. First of all, I'm not no morning person. I'm a night owl. That's what I am. But in order to be successful in my life, I understood the concepts that were being taught to me. And I was the eldest child. So I had certain responsibilities that my sister did not have. And when you are a person, a man or woman that has responsibility, there's no reason up under the sun, whether you got a job to go to or not, that you are still laying down in your bed at 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry. And especially if you are a conjurer, a mystic, an agent, I'm trying to understand how you going to be a good root worker when the work that you needed to get done should have been already done. A lot of the work that I do for my clients is done in the midnight hour. While you home, sleep, snugged in, or licking on somebody, or sucking on somebody, I'm already doing your work. So whether I do it early in the morning or whether I do it in the midnight hour, that's when I'm roaming. That's when I'm congregating with the spirits. That's when I'm doing my cleansing. Because these concepts of these are the things that black people think is our luxury. Everybody that you run across is not getting up early. That is something that you don't have the luxury of laying down, especially what's about to come through here in these United States. The things that are going on, you need to be as much as you can. Do your money work early. Before your enemy get up and clean out their eyes and try to figure out what they're going to do to try to hinder you or block you. You already own it. You already done pushed it through, and it's going to be hard for you to be stopped. Okay? Another concept that I want to share today, because this Bible study, walking the floor. There was a concept that I saw my grandmother do, I saw my mother do, I see my aunties do. I even saw my uncles, like sometimes I had to go to one of their houses and my uncle them, the lights be on. Because my grandmother, with her kids, what you laying down for? And I'm talking about it's dark outside. That's how I grew up. So my mother was already up, so she didn't have to do it. But my uncles and them, all of them grew up getting up early and reading their Bible. Before the sun rose, like that was normal, everyday thing. And I realized that everybody not grow up like that. But walking the floor is when you're reading your Bible throughout your house. When you got people that when they're in trouble, they would say they were walking the floor all night long. That means they were praying without ceasing. A lot of y'all have not been conditioned or grew up with walking the floor. That's whether you're in a house, whether you're in an apartment, whether you say, they understood that in order to get certain things done, they had to walk the floor. And they went from room to room, from space to space. I don't care, you was in there. You know how many times I done been woke up by my mom. My sister, like, why aren't you not laying down? This is how I came. A lot of y'all don't understand. When I say I'm old school, when I say I'm backwoods, these are the things. Their floors were mopped. Their bathrooms were done. The outside of that house was already clean. You're not gonna throw something in. Let me say this. We have got up early in the morning and went out there and people had them throw stuff in the yard. Like, this is how I grew up. Some of y'all, people don't throw stuff at you and you ain't find it until a month later. Somebody done put something in your house, you ain't find, because you don't clean like that. You weren't raised to clean like that. There are certain things that people were not able to get to work really effective against family members because they were taught to pay attention, to look around and keep around your door clean. A lot of y'all think a lot of time cleanliness is next to godliness, has a lot to do with Christianity. No. Who can put something around your door when you already keep your door clean? You're gonna recognize what ain't supposed to be there. But when you let your grass grow, you let this take place or that take place. I got, even my house, my uncle does my yard. And the way they clean behind my hedge, like if somebody try to put something behind my hedge, I'm going to be able to see it. Like that stuff around my house stays cleaned out. You're not going to put something in my yard that I ain't going to recognize. I don't have a lot of stuff going on that if somebody do know where I physically stay, that you're going to be able to put something in my house or put something that I'm not going to find out. And I got a lot of stuff inside my house. So walking the floor was a mindset that many melanated people had, whether they were rich or whether they was poor, and they understood about walking the floor. It is too many of your daughters that don't know how to walk the floor. It's too many of your sons that don't know how to walk the floor. Don't be talking about what's coming ahead. Let me tell y'all something, because I'm going to be real with y'all. Another one that I want to talk about is that get up and go spirit. My mom always used to tell me that my dad was a hustler. Sometimes she said it for positive reasons, sometimes she said it for negative reasons. It don't even matter. But my dad, she said, your dad always had money. My dad was a go-getter. The men, gay straight or bi, don't have that mentality. How you gonna be able to create the finances of the fund of the provider and a protector when you don't have that get up and go? I'm the type of person, if I got to travel an extra 60 miles, 100 miles, I'm gonna do that. Nobody, my mom don't call me up, or my sister not calling me, did you pray today? Did you clean your house today? Or did you? These are conversations that me and my mom, my sister, and my family, we don't have, because we all do it. We were raised to do it. My sister don't hardly even go to church, but I bet she got her Bible. A lot of these things have nothing to do with Christianity. These are the things that you do to maintain yourself, maintain your house, maintain your children, maintain your business, or whatever it is. Having a get up and go about yourself. Not sitting there talking about, oh, I'm tired. Or when you know you got certain things to get done, you have to have goals. My uncle, I actually learned this from my mom's brother. And he was, because I was always around everybody. So much of my mama didn't like me to go. But there's certain people that I had admired in my family. So I have this one uncle that he's a Pisces. I mean, he was like, when it come down to business and making money, that Negro lives, sleep. He will not eat to save money. Like he's about Benjamins. Okay, so one of the things that he taught me, that's why you see me always got paper and stuff like that. He was about his tablet. That Negro gonna get him he said, get you a tablet and a pencil. And he gonna work them numbers. He gonna strategize through writing stuff down. The Bible say, write the vision down, and it shall not tarry. It shall speak and not lie. That's what his thing was. Like, I learned how to make money based off of different people in my family, how they went about getting that bread. And his mindset was, whatever you purchase has to pay for itself. He said, he said, nephew, he said, this truck, if I buy it, he bought a brand new truck. He said, this got to pay for itself. He said, anything you buy, it must pay for itself. Huh? In other words, my dick got to pay rent. My brain got to pay rent. My hands got to pay rent. Everything about me got to pay for itself. Huh? My mouth got to pay rent. Are y'all hearing me? My ears got to pay rent. The mentality that I had came from watching other successful people in my family, which I realized that's not what everybody, but anything that I was doing, it got to pay for itself. If I bought something, it got to pay for itself. And I didn't get that from my mom. I got that from her brother. Because every one of them had a different, this is why I'm telling you about whether you're a Pisces or Aries or Gemini or Taurus. Everybody got a different way. And you need to find what makes you get up and go. Because my rising sign is Pisces, so normally now I see why I was more attracted to him and his energy, because he was a Pisces. But he taught me how to write stuff down. He taught me how to come up with financial strategies. He said, Pete, my nickname was, he said, Pete, and he would write down, okay, this is what I got. Okay, this is what these are my expenses. And so I always had a visual. This is why you guys hear me talk about short-term plans and long-term, but that's where that stuff come from. You don't have the luxury of not having a plan. You don't have the luxury of not having a backup plan. You don't have the luxury of not having a strategy. You talking out your head. People that are under you or listening to you. Let me tell y'all something. Even in my church, when I even know that some of them ain't gonna support, they ain't gonna do. Every Monday that I have, I got a plan. Every Tuesday, if I end up not going to work, then I readjust my day and I say, okay, what can I get done? In this day, what can I get done? I was taught never put off today for tomorrow. I don't care how much of advantage that you think you got. I don't care how many nuts you think you got stored away. You can never have enough. Because if something happens, it can wipe out your whole savings. If something happens, my mom used to talk about miscellaneous. You never know what could possibly happen. Are you prepared for miscellaneous? Miscellaneous can cost you $5. Miscellaneous can cost you $5,000. Miscellaneous can cost you $10. Miscellaneous can cost you $10,000. You sitting around when you got responsibility, children or people that you are responsible for, you cannot afford to be making bad decisions. When you are at the helm of the ship, you need to know what's in the water. When you're the pilot of the plane, you need to know what's in the air. Huh? When you the safari guide, you need to know what's in the jungle. And I'm not talking about you getting up when everybody else getting up. You need to be up before they get up. As an elder, as a tata, as a mumbo, as a pastor, as a husband or as a wife or as the head of household. You don't get up when your children get up. My mama always beat me and my sister up. The stuff that some of you guys think is a luxury, I ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen it out of my uncles. I ain't never seen it out of my aunties. Before my grandmother died, them Negroes know how to fight. Them Negroes know how to close rank. Them Negroes know how to make money. See, your job as an elder, as a parent, is to make sure and give their children an opportunity. This is why I talk to my kids. They think I'm really, because I got water sign, they think I'm just the meanest person in the world. I'm going to give you another one. Let's see what time it is so I'll be on. Okay. Creating funds for independence. I was always taught how to make money. I learned how to make money from my own mom. My mom was a Virgo. My mother loved. The only time I see my mama happy when she count money. And that lady a lie that she ain't got no money. I would count my mama money and she'll still turn around and tell me she ain't got no money. That's just how me and her relationship was. I'm like, I'm a Sag. He used to send me to the moon. Why you gonna tell me you ain't got no money and I'm the Negro counting your money? I I know what you got. And my mom would always teach me, and she taught me this: you make money, don't let money make you. She taught me that all money ain't good money. She taught me that everybody, she said, you can't get money from any and everybody. She said, because some people you can never pay back, even if you pay them back. Because they're going to always remind you that you had to get money from them. She said, everybody you don't want to get money from. She also taught me, she said, you don't mess up with nobody relationship that somebody willing to give you cash money. Some of y'all do not have a problem of burning down bridges. I be saying to myself, you must be got some money in a hole somewhere. You must be got some gold somewhere. Because the way that you handle finances, the way that you handle money and resources, it's like gasping for me. I'm like, oh, I'm clutching my pearl. Like, especially the older you get, I don't how some of y'all are knowing you got but one income. You ain't started a candy store. You been selling pussy. You don't pay for the taxes on that. Like, why you ain't got more than one stream of income? I remember when I went to school, we had home economics. So I learned how to make stuff in the kitchen and stuff. I used to be selling, just like they be out there selling drugs out of the back door. I be selling sugar bread, whatever I done made, pizzas. Whatever, I know how to make $1. When I met my spiritual dad, I started selling his products. I knew how to be a salesman very young. I was out there when I got into I don't know if you guys know about what is it called? Oh my God, so I don't tip my tongue. ENAGIN, but it's a water company. And they had businesses at that time to sell alkaline water. I was out here selling water. I was making so much money selling alkaline water. I was from one counter to the next. Everybody said, oh, and I gave that business to one of my members of church, and she let it fall, because everybody that see the money you make ain't willing to work hard to get the money you get. I'm gonna get my bread. Because I got that go-get attitude. I am going to create funds that create my personal independence. You too lazy. And if you ain't learned, let me tell you something. The old women knew how to make money. The old men know how to make money. All this talking about you at a certain age, or how you ain't got more than one way for you to make money. How you going to let somebody disturb your peace when it comes down to your finances? Your personal independence relies on your resources. And the mere fact that you out here interacting with people that you don't even, like, you don't have that luxury. And for me to come from the background that I come from, like some of you guys, I be seeing y'all be chilling. And I be sitting there shaking my head. Even if there was not a danger. What's up there, my Boaz? Even if there was not a danger that we are facing, you still should be prepared. You don't know what tomorrow holds. The tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. Black people, y'all sit around here like certain things are luxury. And it's like when I said before, when you see Oprah Winfrey come out of her comfort zone, when you see Beyonce come out of her comfort zone, when you see all these celebrities, Cardi B come out their comfort zone, it is something wrong. When you see the shark running in the ocean, when you see the bear running in the ocean, in the jungle, bitch, it's time to get. It's certain things that when you see certain people start paying attention to certain things, you don't got what they got. My mom used to tell me and my sister that all the time, cause my grandma's baby boy, that's the one y'all hear me say, cousin / uncle. And I was like, he laying down. Why we got to be up? That was my thing. I'm a Sag. Moon and Aries, rise signs. You need to make it sense. I mean, you might slap me behind it. You might whoop my ass behind it. But I need to know why I got to be over here doing. And she told me this. I said, my name ain't on that property. My name on there. She said, God damn it ain't got to be. She said, you can learn what you need to learn from running this business. That's why I can run my church like I do. If Negroes help me, don't help me. I know how to make sure I got what I need to keep my doors open. Do y'all understand that? A lot of times, this is why the Bible says, if you're not faithful of another man, why would God give you your own? What make you think that you're going to jump up just tomorrow and start your own business and you ain't never ran a business? You know, you don't even have an idea. I know how to keep stuff on the shelves. I know how to order. I was doing that as a kid. I knew how to count that money. I had to make sure that that cash register had money to make change. Some of y'all bitches don't know how to make change. You talking about you want a man, you talking about you want a woman, you talking about you gay. You don't know how to make change. You ain't got nothing. You can't make change when it comes to energy. You can't make change when it comes to knowledge. You can't make change when it comes to wisdom. You can't make change. I knew always, in order to run a business, I had to have money in my cash register. That means I had to have capital before I start. How you gonna start something and you ain't even got what you need? You can't make change. I knew how to bless that cash register. I knew what to put into that cash register. I knew how to bless that money. And I knew what a profit was. I knew what a surplus was. I know what a loss was. That's before I went to school. That's why school don't make sense to people. Because guess what? When that white boy went to school, my spiritual dad taught me that. He said the white boy is going to hold on to the information. Because when he go home, he going to build a doghouse. He gonna learn how to use that protractor. Because his father's already teaching him why what he learning in school is necessary. That's why the nigger child sitting in class, well, I'm gonna use that. Bitch, when you sit on a chair, you sitting on math. When you going to get your insurance, you sitting on math. When you driving a car, see, you don't understand how all of these things are applicable. So I knew when I was sitting down in class why I was going to obtain what I was learning, because I was still utilizing it in business. I was still utilizing it on my grandmother's property. It didn't matter it wasn't my property. I still learned. Some of y'all so busy worrying about what you don't own that you ain't learning. That's why I can tell people in my church what they're not going to be able to do. If you can't keep this church clean, if you can't keep this church going, how you going to start a botanical? That's where that come from. You don't know how to create the funds for your independence. So when the storm comes, you going to be all right. Can you maintain what you have been trained? You cannot maintain what I'm gonna say this, and I'm not. I hope my kids see this. Do not take this offensive. None of my children, none of them. I got 3 boys. None of them are in a place to inherit what I have worked for. Let me explain what I mean by that. None of them are in the economic position. If I left here today or tomorrow, they would have to sell what I got because they wouldn't be able to maintain it. When you claim that you're trying to grow spiritually and you're not around the individual and you're not seeing where they're going and what they're doing in order to have what they have and maintain what they have, then you yourself cannot just take up that responsibility, because that's not what you're accustomed to doing. If you're accustomed to spending a certain amount of money, how are you going to jump from spending $500 a month to spending $5,000, $7,000 a month? Because that's not what you have been built for. That's what you have been conditioned for. Running in a household is getting an idea what it takes to run your house. That's why I tell people, how you going to ask the ego or spirit for a house when you can't maintain an apartment? It's unrealistic. If you can't run a staff of 2, why are you asking God for a staff of 100? You don't have the luxury. You're sitting here, I am 51 years old, about to be 52 years old, and none of my kids know how I go about making my money. They just know I make money. How are you going to be able to maintain what I have when you can't bring in those type of resources? So if you are out here and you're a parent and you are like, who do you leave this stuff to that can actually maintain it? Or it's going to fall, or it's going to be sold, or it's going to be taken away by taxes. You got to be in position. You can't just say, oh, I'm the inheritance of this person. Because to have, somebody got to be able to afford. Minister Mara, when he passed away, I had my own stuff. Then he had his stuff. So now I got to try to maintain and get all of that. So I have to create wealth around my stuff and his stuff. Because if you don't have the resources to maintain, you ain't going to hold on to it. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much incense you burn. I don't care how much candle you burn. Like, I don't believe in telling myself lies. I believe in getting in position. It is certain things that you're not being realistic in. You're sitting here and you think you have the luxury of bypassing certain tools. You think you have the luxury because you think it's going to always be there. Can you maintain if you have not been trained? No. You can't. You have to be trained. And I was trained over a long period of time how to deal with certain pressures, because certain responsibilities come with certain pressure. I got people in my church, I got Monique. Y'all don't know how to deal with pressure. You'll let pressure mess up your money. You'll let your likes and dislikes mess up your money. I work with people that I don't agree with. I work with people all day long that we not going, when we get our paycheck, we go separate way. Like, these are the things that allow you to be in. Don't come on, listen. To all of you non-melanated people and all you other race of people, even down to trolls, my people need wisdom and insight. And I'm going to kindly ask you to exit my live. We're not here having a random conversation. I need you. Because if I give you my attention, I'm not going to just roast you. I am going to send something your way to fuck your life up. And I am going to take great pleasure. And I need you to hear me. I'm a sage. I'm going to take great pleasure in your downfall. And hopefully that you have your loved ones around you when that spirit comes, that it fucks them up too. That's how serious I am about what I'm talking about. We're not here for y'all. And you don't have to be here. There's plenty other places to play. This is not the live for it. When you have not been trained how to maintain what you got or maintain the things that are given to you, you're not going to hold on to them. And if you have not learned that I don't have what I need, I am too immature about my business and things that to be talking about being somebody's godmother or being somebody's elder or somebody's a person of influence. A lot of y'all so busy trying to be seen that you don't understand. When I told my son this, I said, he was going out the NFL. I said, Josh, I said, listen. I said, if I do this work and the light is turned on you, there must be something to see. A lot of y'all want to get into the limelight and you not prepared to be in the limelight. Your mentality about how great and wonderful you are does not have nothing to do with how the people that you want to apprehend you, it's about what they see. And if they don't see a reason to have you on their team, they're not going to pick you. When Tupac said all eyes was on him, he had something for them to look at. Some of y'all get on social media or y'all get into these platforms, you get into the position, and you ain't got enough to maintain yourself. And now all of a sudden, now people are watching you fail, or people are watching you take setbacks, or people are watching you because you did not count up the cost before you stepped out here. I am not presenting anything that I'm not able to maintain. That's whether people do right by me or whether people don't do right by me. Whether people invest today or they invest tomorrow. I do not step out. You got to have a mindset. You don't have the luxury of messing up, because guess what? When melanated people mess up, black people don't let you live it down. Can I say this again? We don't have the luxury of messing up in public, because black people do not let you live stuff down. And you could have gotten things corrected, you could have gotten better, but they're going to still talk about what happened when. What was going on then. They're not going to talk about how you've grown and developed. The stuff that you want to talk about, they ain't with it. They're going to talk about when you messed up in public. You cannot afford, you do not have the luxury of breaking the trust of your clientele because you're trying to be seen. Now, I'm going to talk about this because I got a few minutes. Consecrating your grounds. Consecrating your grounds, the purpose of consecrating your grounds, and that can be for floor washes, that can be because I have certain elixirs that I place around my house. The reason why you consecrate your grounds is because of this. You take in energy through your feet wherever you go. And so therefore, when I'm in warfare or when I'm trying to make changes in my life, I always dress or consecrate my I consecrate my grounds. I go all around my house. All this is old school, and I go to the four corners. I go to the corners of my house because energy congregates at the corners, inside the house as well as the outside of the house. And so when you understand how energy moves in the geometry of your house, so I go around my ground. So therefore, when my feet are on my ground, they're absorbing that positive energy that I place out there. I'm very, very, very big on dressing my driveway. I have buckets where I pour certain things down my driveway. When my car, because when you out here in this world, even at my job, I consecrate those grounds. If I'm gonna be there for a time period, or that's where I'm gonna be interacting, I always put something down for my feet, because your energy is constantly coming in and out your body, and depending on what type of people you're around, you need to protect yourself. Some of you guys work from home, but you still need to consecrate your ground. There's things that many of you guys may have from me that you can utilize. I burn incense in my house. I burn incense around my house. I always give myself the best advantage. And I'm still going to say this again. Black people, you don't have those luxuries. Not in these United States. I don't care if you're able to feed yourself. I don't care if you got some money in the bank saved. You still don't have those luxuries. Because the way these people operate, they'll take all of that. My comfort and my security is not in my stocks. My comfort and security is within myself, the gods and spirits within me. Because if something goes awry, I know how. Let me tell y'all something about never skipping steps. To all my black melanated people, I'm going to tell you why you should never skip steps. When you're climbing the ladder of success, so to speak, you have to learn how to step on each one of those planks to go up. The disadvantage of somebody putting you in position, this is what white people have a problem when they and why they are at a disadvantage. When you fall, you don't know how to get back up. You never went through the foundational process. This is why God, the Divine Mother, the Divine Father always builds their vessels from the ground floor. So I have an understanding what the foundation is for and what it looks like. I understand what the second floor is all about. I understand what the third. No matter what happens to me, the Donna McClurkin had this song, we fall down, but we get up. The reason why I'm going to always get back up again is because I knew how I got there in the first place. All of y'all that like to skip steps when it comes down to spell work and conjure, oh, I don't need that, I'm going to run over here and I'm going to jump in this and I'm going to run over here, because you're going to be missing steps. And so when things happen in your life, you're not going to know how to get back up again. There's a certain level of peace that you have when you say, oh, you know what, I messed up that pot, let me make it over again. I messed up that bad wash, I can make that over again. You can always correct what you have learned how to make. But when you're skipping steps in life, when you're skipping steps in spirituality, you're hurting nobody but thyself. And what we are up against, you don't have the luxury, you don't have the abundance of things to be skipping steps. When I made certain mistakes about having kids too early, my family had money. When I was not in a position, my mom was doing all that. There are certain people that have been chosen, that they have certain blessings on their life, and you're trying to emulate them. When you make that same mistake, it sets you all the way back. I am chosen to do these works. I'm gonna make it. I'm older. I'm 51 years old, about to be 52. I don't lean on my advantages like I did when I was young. I get up. Good morning. I thought you was already in the chime, Mother Susan. Anyway, I don't really have. A lot of y'all don't understand that even though I'm around you, I don't understand how you do what you do, because I wasn't raised like that. And I give people the benefit. I think that a lot of women are lazy. And if you lazy, that means if you do hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, you're going to be lazy. You're going to be getting up 3 o'clock in the day, or you're going to be trying to do somebody work around 4 o'clock when that stuff should have been done early in the morning. Bath washes should have been done at a certain time. Like, how can we pass on a tradition when the people themselves think they have the luxury of doing some conjure when they feel like it? Can you do conjure anywhere? Yes. At any time? Yes. It's the truth. But there's a reason why the elders went to certain locations. There was a reason why the elders got up. To now that I'm older, yes, all of that stuff makes sense now. When I was young, foolish, ignorant, with my folly, it didn't make sense, because I wasn't being responsible. I wasn't being accountable. I can't spend my money like you spend your money. I could not spend with what's going on. I could never go and buy and purchase and do the stuff you doing with your money. I would never do it, because I'm responsible. I'm responsible for myself. I'm responsible for other people. There's no way that I would not be trying to get in position if I was a responsible person. There's no way that I would not be trying to get myself together spiritually and naturally, especially when I say I have loved ones. I know that some of them do not have the gifts that I have, so therefore I'm not expecting that. But they are doing what they can do, where they can do it at. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that melanated people have the luxury of overlooking. I don't care if you're air sign, water sign, earth sign, Christian, atheist. You melanated. You don't have that luxury. Because what is coming down the pipeline, you can't even maintain your peace of mind with, you know, like, I've never seen so many people that don't know how to create another income for themselves. You create a bill for me, I'm going to create a solution. I'm not going to keep talking about that bill. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to resolve it. And my mom ain't got to call me up. My sister ain't got to call me up. My daddy passed. But my spirits ain't got to tell me. I am going to get up and figure this out. And I'm going to get up early. Especially when something bothering me, I don't sleep. Because I'm going to figure this out. And when I figure it out, I'm going to make some move. And I'm going to get on that ASAP. Because that is the responsibility of anybody that is responsible. I hope this helped. I don't know how many people that will get their membership. I'm just telling you, after January 20th, I will have little to no compassion or empathy for black people, because I have created ways to give you the best chances, the best odds, and what you do with that, your time, your energy, or your resources, is on you. But it's for to get real, realer than it been, and we, no matter what's going on with the Asian people, no matter what's going on with the Latino people, we know we the real target. We know we the real target. Yeah, they hitting all these other people, but we know we the real target. And I'm not finna wait till somebody come for me. That is not my mentality. That right, Demetrius said about his graveyard work. You got to make sure you good. You can play with it if you want to. And to all of you that will be a part of the 5 Whys, and some of y'all want to get rid of your membership with the 5 Fools, you got it January the 20th. Because there's going to be some fools out here. And there's going to be some people out here thinking they got it like that. And they're going to find out real quick. What you thought you had to lean on, they're going to crumble and fall. And that's not me prophesying. That's not me speaking of it. Just, they're already trying to make it hard for you. When they get rid of them laws, why you think you hear black people all over the social media talking about they trying to take you back to the Jim Crow days? Don't take my word. Go Google and find out what was going on with melanated people in the Jim Crow days. Y'all act like that stuff happened 200 years ago. Y'all act like y'all bad relationship happened 500 years ago. You just got out of a relationship. I'm 51 years old. My mama's 68 years old. All she done lived in that, not include my grandmother, not include my great grandmother. Y'all act like this been 100 years ago. It has not. 1940s, 1950s. It ain't that far down the road. Hell, you got white people that still living from them days. That still giving to them causes. I don't say what I can say. If my enlightenment ain't gonna do it for you, it is what it is. I love y'all. I gotta get ready for work. God bless.